and take me down and arrest me.
They got nothing to arrest you for.
Not yet, you ain't.
What's up, boys and girls? We're here for another movie review. We saw 3 Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. So currently this film is rated 94 on Rotten Tomatoes.
And 87 on Metacritic.
Now we both watched this movie and we thought it was good.
It was not bad.
But I think it suffered a lot with problems with the story and also the character development.
And the tone, a lot of the time, just seemed a little uneven. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is a darkly comic drama starring Frances McDormand, who plays Mildred. Now, her daughter was raped and killed 7 months prior.
So, Mildred Hayes, why did you put up these billboards?
My daughter Angela was murdered 7 months ago. It seems to me the police department is too busy torturing black folks to solve actual crime.
The hell is this?
The authorities still have not found her daughter's killer. And while she's driving one day, she comes across 3 billboards and she decides to write a controversial message on all 3 billboards directed at the chief of police, Willoughby, played by Woody Harrelson.
Sunshine beating on a good time.
I'd do anything to catch your daughter's killer. I don't think those billboards is very fair.
Time it took you to get out here whining like a bitch, Willoughby. Some other poor girl's probably out there being butchered right now.
Now, if you've been watching our reviews, you know that me and Ken often enjoy movies that are very unique, ones that take twists and turns. You don't see where it's going or what's coming. And we heard early reviews on this film that were saying the same thing. But what we got from it left the tone a little uneven. There were parts of this film, such as the comedy, that was interspersed in there. Although they were good jokes and it was acted beautifully, I didn't feel like it really fit with the overall thread of the film. I do feel as though it jarred me, and not in the best possible way.
Hey, fuckhead!
What?
Don't say what, Dixon, when she comes in calling you a fuckhead.
Now this movie was written and directed by Martin Madonna, who also did 7 Psychopaths and In Bruges. He said that this movie was written about 8 years ago,
Right.
and he only got around to finishing it and actually creating it more recently.
Right.
Now the story didn't seem calculated, which is a weird thing to say about a script that was written 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Like you said before, it seems like a story or something that would fit better in a novel as opposed to something on film. Because while we're watching this thing on film, a lot of the big choices that are made because of, you know, the twists or the characters, they jar you back.
Yep.
And it doesn't feel like a good flow through the movie. You're watching it, you're thinking it's going one way, suddenly there's this little twist. And I love twists.
Right.
If they serve the overall purpose of the story,
Right.
the overall purpose of the movie. But a lot of the times while I'm watching this movie, I'm not really sure where this movie's going. I don't know the direction it's going.
It definitely seemed a little lost in certain parts, and early reviewers and people who have seen this movie, they like that aspect of it. But for me, it comes back to the tone again. Like, it just leaves you with this uneven feeling. And for me, that's not great. It's not an uncomfortable feeling like we had in Raw. It's not something that makes you flinch, or it just seems like a lot of things, like I said a little earlier, were forced. They were pushed at you, and it's supposed to be like this unique thing, but I feel like I've seen things like this done before in film, but done at a way better caliber. And so this one just seemed like it was imitating a lot of other films. Like, he is a pulp writer director with his other films, and I feel like that comedy in those were like raunchy, they were dirty, and they fit, and they didn't, and the tone stayed the same. With this one, certain parts, like with the music, and I'm like, why did you choose to have the music come in there and that tone of music? It just didn't sit well with me.
I'm sorry about Angela, but the town is dead set against these billboards.
You know who threw that can?
What can?
How about you, sweetheart?
No, I didn't really.
Go, girl.
Now this movie is a character-driven piece. It's focused on Mildred, the mother in a small town, with a lot of, you know, interesting characters to it. The problem was these characters are weak in one way or another. Either the character is too one-toned through the entire movie, or a character flip-flops, you know, the personality without much good reason.
Now, Sam Rockwell, he's in this film, as you all know from the preview, and he's great. He's actually a great actor. He does some great lines. He does some great work in this film. The problem I had specifically was with the character sketch he was given.
We've had 2 official complaints about those billboards.
From who?
The lady with a funny eye
A lady with a funny fucking eye?
and a fat dentist.
So he starts off as a small side character, right?
Right.
But then suddenly he becomes the heart of the film.
The main character.
The main character. He's the character that turns a new leaf. He's this racist, you know, small town racist guy who doesn't care about anything and suddenly he turns a new leaf and he becomes the transformation character of a film. Usually that's left for the main character. Like, so is this the guy that's supposed to, change and all that?
Right, was he the one we should have been focusing on this whole time?
Because in the beginning of the movie did not make us focus on him.
You didn't care about him at all.
No, I was like, oh, Sam Rockwell's gonna be a big character through the entire film.
Right, like, he's throwing some comedy at me, I like the comedy, this is cool, whatever.
But then, like I said, why did they make this choice?
Now we have Mildred, played by Frances McDormand, the beautifully talented Frances McDormand.
Triple crown, baby.
Triple crown
Emmy,
winner.
Tony, Oscar.
She can do no wrong. She can buy a Golden Globe if she wants. She probably has.
Probably
I
has.
wouldn't be surprised.
No.
But her in this film, her character sketch was one note.
This doesn't put an end to shit, you fucking retard. This is just a fucking start. Why don't you put that on your Good Morning Missouri fucking wake up broadcast, bitch?
It was one tone, and she was just kind of a hard ass, and at times for no reason, and I just got tired of it. I understand you're grieving. I understand the redemption story at heart here. I understand you feel like you've been wronged, and you want to do something about it. I get it. I love movies like that, but a lot of those movies have characters that show dynamics. If you're trying to do something different with her staying one tone the whole time, and there's a reason why she's bitter, give us more backstory. Give us something we can sink our teeth into as to why she's so much like this. And that was my big problem with her. Even though she portrays it beautifully, she's a great actress, I don't feel like this character was strong at all.
So for my final rating, I give this a 6.5 out of 10. The problem I have with this movie is that it had a lot of twists and a lot of turns, but I wasn't really sure where this movie was going through most of it. I mean, you have movies that have twists and turns that are suspenseful, and it keeps you at the edge of your seat.
They lead somewhere.
Yeah, I want to know the next thing that happens. I didn't really care what happened next,
Right.
because it was just some random stuff that happens. Every scene has something just random come up, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, but where is this going? There's not a lot of character development either in a movie that's specifically, like I said, this is a character piece.
My final score for the film is a 7.0. Gets an even C passing grade. I like pulp movies. I like revenge films. I like redemption films. This one didn't stand apart for me. There wasn't anything in this film that really gave me something that I wanted to come back to. I'm tired of rural America racist cops, very cookie cutter, and I'm also tired of the vengeful wife, mother, who's just, her level of comfort is completely wiped away, and not because she wants it to be, because the screenwriter or whoever decided, hey, to show you how much she cares, she can't care.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I know, but there's no dynamic. And Sam Rockwell, love the guy. Phenomenal. Although that flip-flop, like, I was like, that took one note in like 30 seconds. His whole life he's been racist. His whole life he's been this kind of bullshit, dropout, I don't care, drunk, this and that. And then all of a sudden he's, oh shit, I gotta solve this. And it's just like, yeah, no.
It's not that easy.
But it gets a passing grade for me because just the fact that she decides to paint 3 billboards, very unique, very original. The fact that there's that one great scene where Sam Rockwell kind of goes on a mini rampage and it's just one clean shot. One of the best shots or tracking shots in cinema this year, in my opinion. But other than that, I'm just kind of like, it's a solid film. Like, it's cool, but there's some hangups that, you know, we talked about. And that's just where it kind of left me. C grade.
All right, well, that was our review for 3 Billboards.
Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
And have you guys seen it? If you guys seen it, please comment below. Tell us what you thought of it. Did you think it was as good as the critics say?
Everybody's saying?
Or do you think it was as good as what we thought? Well, this is Black and Yellow Movies with another movie review. We'll be back next week with, I think, The Disaster Artist. We did a trailer reaction to it, which you can find on our YouTube channel. So tune in, and we'll be back with another movie review. See you guys. Let's do it clean. Let's do it clean.
Clean cut like my face.
There's just your hair going out. Let's see.
Oh, just like around here, like nothing.
It's a horseshoe, right?
Boom! Son, come out of nowhere looking like Jenkins, like Roscoe Jenkins up this bitch.
Roscoe Jenkins.